just noticed that as an anomaly. Well, the SCR, they're such restrictive on the line. But anyway, I didn't have any problem with communications at all. So I had full frequency on it. I had got a frequency counter on it. I don't have a lot. Doing an old school, nipping the plate.
Man, it is cold out here.
Wherever I get what I get.
So you just crank the heater up. High Plains of Western Kansas, beautiful woman behind every tree, every hill, every Maybe that's what I'm doing wrong. I thought you're supposed to peak the top up to do it, man. Is that backwards? Well, it might be, but it's working good for you, so don't mess with it. I never seen anybody run an AM down here.
Sure good to hear you tonight. You take care, and we'll talk to you again soon. WSRFD cleared. Goodbye. Yeah, I gotta get out to the shop and look at this mess I brought home and see if I can start with the device with the counter protection. Sounds great, Katie. Clear focus said bye-bye. Cleared up by now, so if you're going to be there, I look forward to meeting you. Okay, we'll look for each other. That first change the grid leak resistor from 400 to 70K to 4.7 meg.
So I put a good 10 meg in there. But yeah, you're right.
Well, I put 30,000. Mine's bigger.
Yeah, you do that. Just change that one cap, and you're good to go, man. Those things sound great.
For shizzle!
Any problem? Once it gets power work, all that any problem with this, but very active. See if anything blows.
Well, we already know that all of those electrolytics are shot, so I don't know if you want to play Russian roulette with it, but I'd probably just take it all apart, clean it up the best you can, and then just do one cap at a time and just get it done, because you're going to want to put that. Those are fun on CW.
You can
as
test
well,
out my
so
2 meter
you're probably going to
antenna.
really enjoy it. You might as well just go all the way.
Yeah, it'll probably do more CW work than anything else. Speaking of that, I have to wait for the 14th because they're not available right now. But on the 14th, I'm going to order up my first Magali suit.
Oh, okay.
They have a bus. It's really, really different. I'm going to hop out of here, guys. You have a great evening, and we'll catch whoever we catch there tomorrow. N6 NBV.
All right, man. Thanks for being there. Talk to you tomorrow, maybe.
Yeah, I'll see you later, Steve. Yeah, have a good night, Steve. Yeah, I'm living up.
Yeah, the only other thing on that particular transmitter, you can take your chance and see, but if you're really wanting to do it right, the drive control on those, well, all Johnson transmitters, but on that one, this has happened to me on all of them that I've owned, the drive control burns out because it's got full current on it on that pot. And it's a control that you use all the time, and I don't know. the best way to really, you can just get a new pod, but there's a company on, I think they're up in Oregon. It's called KISS Electronics. They're on eBay. They make a solid state drive pot replacement kit. It's a transistor, some caps on a little bracket, and it slides in there and mounts easily. And then you just take the drive pot out, and they give you just a standard, you know, I don't know, 1 watt pot or something, and you mount it there, and then you're good forever. It offloads all of the drive current over to the transistor. So that would be the only other thing that I would that you probably should do. If you turn the drive control right now and you feel any grit or dead spots, just jump on eBay and order the kit.
I was playing with that just yesterday. It's really smooth, and it's a massively, really big pot. I don't know if I've ever seen one that big.
Yeah, I know, because it's got a lot of current on it. Yeah, if it's smooth, I mean, you don't have to do anything. You can always, if it goes out, you can always order that kit. I actually have one of those kits in my cabinet in here. I ordered an extra one, but yeah, that's really the only thing that happens to those. And it's annoying because, you're using it and all of a sudden there's going to be a big dead spot, right? That's what happens to those carbon pots. So you can have too much drive or not enough.
Yeah, I just played with it. It's pretty smooth, but yeah, I'm not worried about keeping the thing original or anything. Whatever it takes to make it work, because I'll be the last person to use it, I bet.
Yeah, that's classic, man. That's a nice transmitter for sure. And I got I don't know what if you're just gonna run it barefoot, but I've also got a really nice low power mod for those that you don't have to modify anything at all. You just make a couple octal sockets and plug it in. And then it'll do about anywhere from 10 to 20 watts of carrier, and then modulate up. So, if you want to run it into an amplifier, then that works perfect. But if you're just going to run it, just as is, they'll do 40, 50 watts.
Yeah, there's one little 6146 comes back a lot, but it'll be fine. It was on my bucket list of radios I'd like to try someday.
Sounds good. Get it all cleaned up, take it out of the case. You got to paint the case, or does it look okay?
Well, I'm going to paint the black part, the back part of it.
Alright, did I miss any lies and happy horse shit?
Good, but not those three screws, huh?
Yeah, does it still have the
I was
rod?
looking at old radios in a magazine from 1986.
Yeah, I get the paint ones up at 8. I don't remember what size they are, but you figure it out. They fit nice, look good.
Then we got another one
I
here.
have some of that paint. I ordered some of that
89.
E.F. Johnson Maroon paint. I'll take a look, and you're welcome to it.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, that would be nice. Yeah, sand it down a little bit. I'm pretty sure it was probably sitting in Dave's garage for the last 20 years. But whoever had it before that, he said he bought it from some estate sale, and they shipped it from back then. You know what? The guy smoked it.
Yeah, that's difficult. I mean, I'll tell you right now what I have done with those radios and others. I'll get some hot water on the stove, put some Dawn soap, get a cup, and take the radio out back, and puts it on and hot water right over the chassis so you can control where it goes. And then I take a pretty stiff bristle paintbrush and scrub that entire chassis down. Take all the tubes out. Now you're not going to be pouring water over the meters. You're not going to be pouring it over the face or pots. You're just going to do, you know, the chassis there and in and around there, and then after you've really scrubbed it, let it soak and rinse it. I take distilled water or baby water and then flush it with that, because then it won't corrode, right? Because you're going to rinse all the hard tap water out, and then just leave it out there in the sun, and then you can do the recap job, you know. But it's probably just disgustingly dirty.
Well, the smell isn't as bad as I smell on film. But yeah, it's definitely inside. I've got about half of it.
Yeah, you could do it manually like you're probably doing it, but I don't know. I just wash them. It doesn't hurt. There's nothing you can hurt in there. I mean, like I said, I would avoid meters and potentiometers and transformers. There's no reason to soak those. But yeah, just clean it all up. I put an NC 300 in the dishwasher one time, Jim.
Oh, really?
This thing was like beyond repair. I don't even know how it got this dirty and grimy. It was just, I got it at a ham fest and got it home and realized, man, this thing is way worse than I thought. It had a layer of black soot and grease. I mean, maybe it was in like an auto shop or something. But yeah, I tried to clean it. I just decided, you know what? I took some sandwich bags and put them over the meters, and I think I took the meters out, and I put the sandwich bags over the potentiometers and transformers with rubber bands. And I looked over there and I thought, you know, a nice heated dishwasher cycle would do this thing well.
No damage, huh?
None. Came out spotless. You know, it was summertime, so I took the radio out back and propped it up in the Arizona sun. I think I left it out there 3 or 4 days. I mean, there's no sign of moisture then. It's 115 out. Brought it inside and recapped it, cleaned the tube sockets, and you know, it took me a week to recap the thing. And then the real sad part about it is almost every one of those resistors was bad, and that's been my experience with Nationals. My 50 and 60 and the 183 were just like that. I had dozens of resistors that were just sky high. So yeah, I did those and lubricated the pots, and I had to restring it. You know, entirely too much time and effort into a piece of crap 300, but it worked great.
Well, there you go. Yeah, restringing the dial cord, one of my favorite non-tasks to do. Yeah, right. But yeah, it's you didn't have to take the power transformer off the chassis, did you?
No, I just put a Ziploc bag over it and about 3 rubber bands.
Yeah, okay, well, I would say that you were kind of lucky, but maybe not. Maybe they had enough tar and whatnot in there to keep the moisture from getting, into the windings.
Yeah, Arizona summer. The
Yeah,
surface of that radio is
probably had to do that is I bought for literally pennies a Motorola 60-watt low-band base station, all the way back in the days, like 1960s tube-type technology. energy. I got a big wash tub out in the backyard and dunked all of it. The whole thing was damaged by in a fire. It hadn't been burned or anything, but it suffered smoke damage. And I cleaned all the smoke out of it. And I took all the markings off the chassis as well. But fortunately, we have some people that really wanted to get their hands on a low band set of strips for Mars repeaters, so I just gave it to them, and they got it on the air, and it was working fine from on top of the mountains in New Mexico.
Wow. I had the speaker with that thing, and I had that transverter. Well, it was a 6 meter, 2 meter, 440. It was a little box that sat next to the 300 and the 303, and it had the little slide-in module.
Yeah, not familiar with those, but I'm sure there was an option like that.
Yep. I had all 3 pieces, and it was great. I mean, it was a good receiver. I used it for years. I had it sitting next to a Valiant. But I always really liked the 300 and the 303. The problem is, it's just impossible to find a nice one. And I'm not really sure why that is. The paint is always chipped, flaking, and they just always look like hell.
Yeah, well, that was kind of the out years for National Radio Company.
Yeah, because it's a shame, especially the 303. That's a fantastic radio. And I always told myself, if I ever come across a really nice one, I'll pay for it, But I've never found one. Every time I find one, it's like the paint flakes off the thing, and it's just, I don't know, they just look trashy.
Yeah, I don't blame you, and in a way, I take fixing something like that up cosmetically as a tougher task than actually recapping and repairing the circuitry inside of it.
The other problem with those is they have that damn ballast tube, and I don't know what it is, man. It's like I don't have good luck with ballast tubes. I think it was a weekend and that stupid thing failed, and they're not cheap and not easy to find.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate part about something like that. I guess they figured that was going to be around for quite a while and be a standard part. But yeah, finding something to replace that. Of course, your mind leaps to, well, why not just have some kind of solid state replacement for that? And I think you could probably do that. The idea is to get a constant current source out of it, and I guess that's what that could be, something like that could be engineered even at the high voltages that thing works at.
Yeah, in fact, there was plans to build your own an electric radio and use some kind of a path transistor. But yeah, I just somehow found the ballast tube online and ordered it and waited for it. I think it was more than the radio was worth, $40 or something, But yeah, I had that actually fail on my the KWS 1 uses those. Yeah, it does, and it's that failed one. That's a hard
Signals.
one to find. I think Dave had his fail, if I remember correctly. And then I'm trying to think. Those were also in the R390, not the A, but the R390. And I was sitting here one day, and it went out, and that's what it was.
Yeah, you wouldn't think that a filament that isn't even heated up to incandescence would have a failure mode in it, but what do you know?
On the R390, I couldn't find one, and some OM told me get such and such resistor. I think it was like a 5 watt, 10 watt, maybe a 10 watt, and shove it between this pin and this pin, and turn it on and forget this has all happened. And that's exactly what I did.
Yeah, you know that, I guess that's to stabilize the local oscillator, and, I guess it probably does the trick, but, I don't know, I think that the improvement from something like that is marginal.
Well, I'm using it on AM, right? I mean, you're not going to notice the little drift.
No, you really wouldn't, and, again, looking for, you know, a solid state replacement would be ideal if you could get one built up and whatnot. That would be a good permanent solution to that. But yeah, just a fairly you know, a resistor in the mid-range of that varistor or whatever thermistor. Well, I guess that's a varistor. That ballast tube is supposed to heat up and increase its resistance. So anyway, but yeah, just a standard resistor in place of it. You probably get enough of the constant current effect just from that resistor, if nothing else. So what the hell?
What the hell?
Yeah, they ran like that for years.
What the hell? What the hell? I need to hook my monitor.
Well, it'd be nice to have something. I guess you know, if as you said, if it's in good shape and cosmetically nice, but you know, there's just a limit to how many of those big boxes you can have in one place at one time.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
We still haven't got the temperature up to 60
the other
degrees.
one,
That's cold.
that I do really like is I kind of kicked
It's
myself.
okay if you're moving
There was a
around.
guy that used to drag this whole set out to the Hamfest for years, and he wanted way too much money. Everybody was like, "This guy's crazy. No one's going to pay that much." And in every Hamfest, there it was, but it was a TMC GPR 90, and it had the sideband adapter as a speaker. You probably walked by it at a Hamfest, and this particular set was just gorgeous. I mean, gosh, it looked like it was new. And that one always really appeals to me.
Yeah, that wasn't W0GH, was it?
It may be. I don't remember, but it was just a beautiful set, you know, but it wanted like thousands of dollars or something. And nobody ever bought it. I don't know what happened to it. I guess maybe he eventually sold it, but man, that was a good looking set.
Yeah, Larry had a whole collection of press wireless and what was the brand name of those things? Anyway, the GPR and the matching transmitters, or I guess the companion transmitters. What was that brand name anyway? I can't remember.
Technical Material Corporation.
Thank you. Yes, but that basically grew out of press wireless, and but yeah, he had a whole collection of that stuff. Ran them mostly on teletype.
Yeah, made in Canada.
Hey, Clark?
Yeah.
I just watched the fellow rebuild the G100. The gear coming off the motor is plastic, and the first gear it hits in the gear train is plastic. All the other ones are metal. So I guess those are two gears that have to be changed. But it's done for a purpose. It's done so it's got some safety protection in it. It's got a gear assembly in the bottom. I mean, I can't see it spinning it back the other way from a strong wind, unless the wind was monster. And what it would do, there's a pawl that sticks down on the pinion gear that comes off the motor that would break. and then it wouldn't work anymore. It would just spin in place. So there are 2 gears that have to be changed.
Well, his stepper's heavy. That's the problem with the steppers. There's hundreds of pounds of antenna up there. So, yeah, if you get any kind of whipping wind or something, I mean, you know, it's over with.
Gotcha. Well, but that's what it is. It's those 2 gears. And the noise you're hearing in there, what's the name of the fella up there?
We got Dave and we got Jim.
Oh, who's the fella that broke in with that broken rotor?
That's Dave. Go ahead, Dave.
Hey, Dave, I was just watching it get rebuilt, and it's a piece of cake. You'll enjoy it. It's just got a lot of loose ball bearings. So when you put it back together, you put a drop of grease to hold them in place. But yes, it's very interesting. And it's just 2 gears looks like that are nylon. They're the primary gears, but they're at the beginning of the gear reduction. So, I mean, you know, a small little tiny motor can spin the whole thing. But it's very interesting, and it's definitely worth fixing, bro.
Maybe he walked away. Yeah, Jim, you know, Steve up there, KL70F, he's got the GPT-10K.
Oh, yeah. Well, there you go. There's a collector item for you.
Oh, yeah, I remember he used to get on with that. We'd be out there, like, you know, on this band, on AM, late at night. And, yeah, he had that whole thing running. It's got a, gosh, I think it's is it a Force CX 5000 in there? I think might be a 10,000. I don't remember. But, yeah, big, huge. I have a Pi network to that transmitter. It's got a big, huge steering wheel to turn the band switch. Yeah, real impressive 2-bay unit. And I remember one time he was on there, and I think it did like 1,500 carrier on low, and that's how he would talk to us. And then one night, you know, he said, I'm going to put this thing on high, and if it blows up or blows a breaker, then I'll be gone. You know, you won't hear me again. And I just remember sitting there. Okay, go ahead. He came on there, and that meter was like 40 over. It's like, holy crap.
Yeah, that was, I'm the only thing I know about that rig is what I saw in the back of a amateur radio handbook from the 1950s. So don't know anything about the circuitry. I imagine Larry does, but anyway, but yeah, that would be a good healthy signal out of a Force CX 9000.
Yeah, it may have even been a 10,000 tube in there. I'd have to pull up the schematic, but it is an interesting schematic. It's got full B plus on the whole tank circuit, by the way.
Oh, really? Well, that's okay.
Yeah. I think that's why the tank circuit is just so huge. I mean, it's almost comical to take a picture of the tank coil assembly.
Well, the thing is that the stress that puts on the tuning capacitors.
Yeah, I mean, it was really, really well built, but yeah, I think it was rated at doing 10,000 watts teletype forever.
Well, that's what got the news out, I guess, during the day. Press wireless, all that other stuff.
Yeah. Wasn't plate modulated. It had a, double sideband and a single sideband exciter. And then AM with an inserted carrier in the exciter, which I thought was early for those years. But yeah, it wasn't plate modulated.
Well,
The question is, how many steps do they have, and how linear did they run it, and did they ever run that thing Class C for teletype?
Yeah, I think it likely did probably run Class C for teletype, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you're bored one day, look up the schematic. It was interesting to study it. It's really a neat circuit, but yeah, huge components.
Well, that was one thing about them. They built those things to be installed and to be run forever, like no tomorrow, or that was well, I don't know, kind of lost to the shop.
Let's see if our 2 meter has improved.
Booted it out of its place well before its time.
Yeah,
Let's shut these guys up. Okay. We get full power. Okay. KG7HR testing 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see if anybody comes back to me. Unlikely, but never know. Okay, so let's go up a little higher and see what's it going to transmit. I don't want it on. It's on the automatic crap. Alright, so it should transmit on that frequency. See? SWR over 1.5. Power output under 50. This antenna drives me nuts. I'm starting to wonder if I could just put a damn mag mount on the roof and do better. Let's go. Let me get over here. We'll start from here. What? Oh, this thing irks me. Okay, what we want to do. I don't think it'll let me do it, but yeah, it starts to do. I gotta get in the menu. Auto repeater. Off. Okay. Man. I hit the wrong key. It's that one, not that one. Drives me nuts. Okay. That's as high as we can go. You get full output. On this antenna. Do not have a good enough match up higher. So just at that amount, it starts to fold back. Now let's see how far we can go before it starts to fold back again. Wow. We can hit the entire band, but it doesn't fold back that direction. So this antenna is still too long. I'm wondering if maybe I could like build some kind of tuning circuit that would, you know, adjust it at the antenna. I don't know. Maybe there's something wrong in the stacked 5/8 piece that's in between the two 5/8 elements. When I've tried everything, I brought in the ground radials as short as possible. I cut a ½ inch off of the bottom part, or probably cut an inch off the top part. You know, I don't want to keep hacking away at this thing too much. But for it to cut back power in, you know, like watch this. So like, let's see, how low is it gonna go? Okay. So it'll go from here. So you got 141.6 to $141.6 to right here. $141. So about 5.2. It's got about 5.2 megahertz bandwidth. 5.2. It's not enough. So yeah, either I trim it or maybe I need to get something different. I don't know. I don't have it clamped to the mast either. I've got it on a pipe that's isolating it. I'm wondering if they are expecting it to be on a mast. So I'm sure that will have some kind of effect on the antenna. So maybe I should take it down and see what it does. I mean, I don't use those upper frequencies, but that's not the point. I want the thing to work. I don't want the radio folding back power. That means it's not good. I don't know if the SWR meter on this thing is accurate. So, anyway.